everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are back, always nice to have you. To my community, you know I love you. I appreciate all of your energy. If you are new to my channel, I'm High Priestess Elif. I'm a medium and I receive messages from Spirit, and I channel those messages and interpret them to you in a way that hopefully makes sense. These readings are not to hinder, they're to serve you on your journey. So I'm taking a look at what's happening in the Twin Flame Collective. I'm feeling called to read for a particular collective. I'm just doing a freestyle. We're going to see what comes out, what comes through for you today, what messages Spirit wants to bring to your attention, wants to bring to you, what revelations, any information that is going to help you line up with your twin flame awakening in the best possible way at this period in time. Whatever help we can get from Spirit, that's what I'm bringing through to you. The twin flame connection is a spiritual awakening. It's not a romantic story about two people who need to find their way to one another. It's about two individuals who share one soul. Two minds, two bodies, one soul. It's the journey to oneself. It's the journey to soul. And because you share one soul, it is the journey into union, because these two minds, two bodies have one soul. And if the positive polarity finds their way to south and the negative polarity finds their way to south, they come into union and to harmony. That is what it is about. So that's what we're taking a look at. I start all of my readings with a meditation in which I open up a remote healing for my subscribers. If you like my energy and you find the message resonates, click that subscribe button. You are a part of my collective and you will greatly benefit from these healings and from the energy. You've entered a sacred space. The archangels in the north, south, east and west have their sacred flames burning. I always ask that you guys settle into your intuition. Take a few deep breaths. A minimum of between 3 and 5 breaths. Ask your guides and keepers to guide you, to help you to know and to recognize if this is your reading, which part of the reading is for you. It is for a collective, it's a general reading. Not everything is going to fit, not everything is going to resonate. You have to trust your intuition. And you have to trust your guides and keepers in every area of your life. Whatever it is that you do, you need to be tuned into your own navigational system. You cannot be feeding off of everyone else and everything else outside of you. Whether it's tarot readings, whether it's other people's opinions, whether it's the media, whether it's movies, whether it's whatever. You've got your own journey and you've got to start living authentically in your own truth, trusting your own guidance system. Everybody's journey through the dark woods looks different. Every fairy tale is different. Every story is different. Claim your own story, claim your own journey, and live your own truth. Okay, let's begin. For my twin flames, thank you, Spirit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at where you are with your twin flame at the moment. And what's brought you to this point, the point that you are at right now. So it looks to me like there's been an ending. Something came to an end, yes. There was great grieving. There was a there was a major, I feel like it was a tower. Either a major fallout or something happened that just split this connection apart. You guys broke up, you went your separate ways. It was painful, it was shocking, it was sudden, it was devastating, it was brutal. And then, after going through a lengthy grieving process, things started turning around for you or for your person, perhaps for both. Abundance started to come in, fortune, things started to turn around in the upright. And so you or your person is wondering if maybe it's because this connection with you was actually toxic. But if this is a twin flame connection, then that is not the case. Then what has happened is you have your activation, very intense, and then you have your separation, which is a shock. Because of the intensity, you wouldn't choose separation unless there was a great reason. And so the universe gives you that. You were deeply triggered, and so was your person, and this caused this rift between you, which needed to happen in separation. You go through what you experience or consider to be the grieving process, which is actually the dark night of the soul. There is death, there is ego death. And in going through that and emerging and finding yourself as you go through this process, good fortune comes in, because you start to line up with higher vibrational energy as you go through your spiritual awakening, even though you and your person are not together. Your person is part of the key as to why you've come to this point, because they are part of that ego death. They are part of that tower that helped you to go through this ego death, and vice versa. But I'm getting the impression that someone still is blind to the reality here, and it's probably the divine masculine. There is, in the meantime, there is the coming to realize that with your divine counterpart, there is what they desire, but there is also their character, their ego, you know, the personality. It's what they choose to believe. It's in contradiction to the desire, which is of a deeper emotional, intuitive calling, which calls towards you. But then there's this other side, which is image, money, how people see them, the persona. What are you going to think of them if they come back with their tail between their legs? There's pride. And there is also the fear that if they are right about this connection just being so toxic, that's why things started to come in the upright for them now, when you guys are not together, then them coming back towards you could be a mistake on their behalf, because your divine masculine feels like they could lose themselves in you. And as far as they are concerned, losing themselves in you means losing focus of their coin, their success, their ambition, getting lost in whatever it is you are calling for, moving towards. They don't feel very, very strong. Their memory of being in relation to you is one of being weak to whatever it is that you were calling for. The thing is, there's a lot of good fortune that's come in for both of you. There's a lot of things have turned around. There's a lot of abundance, I suppose, coming in from different areas. What this divine masculine does and seems to forget is that it's coming because of you. Because when you guys were together in one another's lives and in one another's energy, you did a lot of energy work for your person. You did a lot of work and abundance processes, rituals, manifesting, a lot of energy work, a lot of spiritual work. You did it on behalf of your person, and that is why all of these things came in towards them, but they seem to have forgotten. For some reason, they are being blinded here. And Spirit is saying to me that this is because of some work that now you got. For those of you who know me, you're not. if you're not new to my channel, you know I keep my readings higher vibrational as much as I can. It's not often that I do a reading like this, but I've got to tell it like it is. Spirit has led me to do this reading. I knew there was a purpose, and this is what it's about. So I give it to you as is. Your person has someone in their life, perhaps a wife or a husband, a long-term partner, but this person is showing, the energy is being shown to me like as though there's a marriage, there's a contract. Okay, and their image of this person is that they are vulnerable and they are sensitive and they are, but this person has a sting. And this wife or husband has gone to someone before you came into their life experience, when this connection was starting to do this. From a very desperate place, went to someone to have work done on your person, which they believe is their person, and which some in society would say is their person, especially if they're still married. Because they were desperate in a space of fear. This is a codependent situation, and this person went to someone to do work to keep your person from leaving. And the spell work that was done here, not everybody believes in this, but as I say, it's not something that I look at often. It's not something that I bring up often in the readings, but this is obviously what Spirit wants me to share with you today. They went because they wanted to keep your person, their husband or their wife or their whatever, believing that they are doing this because they love them and because they care about them, about this divine masculine. So this is a karmic, or maybe just another counterpart. Could be a soulmate. It's not always that the third party is a karmic, okay? But definitely karmic soulmate. Now that's not always a negative thing. It just means that there is karma that they're bringing into one another's situation, into one another's lives, to help them elevate and overcome. In her or his desperation, they went to someone, and this person did spiritual work, spell work. And they are blinded. They are blinded to a lot here. So this divine masculine's awakening and process is stunted by this. But you know what? It doesn't really matter, because they get where they need to be when they need to be there. It's just that this divine masculine has unfortunately opened themselves up to being very vulnerable to what's latched on here and to the work that's been done. So there's a lot that they don't see with clarity, that you might be asking yourself, well, why is it that my divine masculine doesn't see this? Why is it that my divine masculine behaves in this way? They do see it. But they don't believe it. It's easier for them to believe, to be misled by the ego. It's easier for them to close their eyes, because this divine masculine opening their eyes to what is true here and coming towards you will be set free from this bondage, and it frightens them. They've gotten comfortable, they've gotten used to the bondage, and yeah, there's nothing in a situation like this. This is not something that you it's just for your awareness, it's just for your knowledge. Your person, your divine masculine, has free will, and these things that are hidden coming into the light is also to help you understand and to have more compassion, not to be angered or to be judgmental, People do things in desperation, and the ego, they're going to make excuses about what they're doing. Doesn't mean that this third party is, or karmic is, a bad person. Misled. I do spiritual work. I do cleansings. People come to me when they have issues. You know, I don't dabble in lower vibrational stuff. My intention is to elevate my people, because as a spiritual healer, my collective's vibration elevating benefits me. Everything that you do comes back, and I'm not interested in being messy. I'm not interested in it. I want people to be happy. And sometimes being happy is saying to someone, you've got to let this person go. You've got to love them enough to trust their process and their journey. And not everybody wants to tell you the truth, and because not everybody wants the truth. And a lot of people want to be liked, and a lot of people want to be approved of. I'm not interested in that. Sometimes it's like love potions are a mess, because you cannot make somebody love you. You cannot force someone to love you. You can only manipulate their perspective. And unfortunately, what happens with a manipulated perspective is that somebody chooses to stay because they feel, their ego feels an attachment to a sense of responsibility or to a sense of righteousness. But you're not happy. That person's not connected to you. You don't feel the love. They're there, but they're not there. Nobody really wins. And in the end, it just blows up in everybody's face, because it doesn't change who they are, and it doesn't change how they behave. So they still behave the way they do, which is what that person doesn't want. The person wanted them to behave differently, but now they stay, and you feel, well, they're staying, so yay, I've won. But you're just having to tolerate more toxic behavior, so it doesn't work for anybody. But the point that I'm making is there are people that going to a spiritual advisor and getting help there's nothing wrong with it. And you trusting that person, you don't know what work they're doing, and you don't know the place that they're coming from. And unfortunately, if you are wanting to force somebody to see the best in you, so that you can get from them what it is you want and the outcomes that you want, then guess who you're going to be led to? You're going to be led to a spiritual healer or a spiritual worker or a witch or whatever that is also in that same vibration, just wanting people to like her or him and wanting people to approve. So they're going to do whatever they need to do to get the results. I came here for truth. I came here because I believe that we came into this time-space reality to be happy, to be the fullest, best version of who we are. And I'm committed to that. If you're not committed to that, you're not going to like what I give you. You're not going to like what I tell you, and you can move along and you can go to somebody who is willing to give you that. But I'm not judging other people. I'm just saying this is how it sometimes happens. And this is what's happened here. There are secrets, there are hidden things here. There are hidden things here, and you, beloved, many of you know this. Many of you have gotten intuitive guidance that this might have happened with this other person. That your person has work's been done on them. And they wanted to move towards you, saw happiness with you, but they ended up betraying you. They ended up hurting you. There was a sting here, a snake, sly. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Let's see what the general energy is. What is the general energy for this divine masculine? But you know what? This person is not happy. This divine masculine is not happy. This divine masculine is not happy no matter how many things seem to be going right. And it is going right because you are intuitive, you are gifted, you are an energy healer and an energy worker, and you have done a lot of work for your person, and that's why things came into the upright, and that's why they manifested so many beautiful things. It is because of because of your loving guidance and help in the situation, and it's all come in, but they're still not happy, and they know why. There's an emptiness, there's a void. There's a void. This divine masculine still search for you in everything. Okay, let's see what the general energy is for my divine masculine. What is their general energy at the moment? They're confused. There are so many opportunities, so many beautiful possibilities. Nothing brings them joy or satisfaction, and they don't know which choices to make anymore, which way to go, because they're not feeling the joy, fulfillment that they want. They're wanting to reach out to you. For some of you, your divine masculine already has. And this divine masculine has still not given up on the hope that things will come. You guys will find your way to one another. I don't know, I don't know. I'm feeling for this Twin Flame Collective. This divine masculine is going to, this opportunity is going to pass him by. Let's take a look. What is it that this divine masculine thinks? What is this divine masculine's thoughts when it comes to my divine feminine collective at this current time? Okay, so you could be a fire sign. You could have fire in your chart. You are independent. They think you're just beautiful, attractive, dynamic. You've been making moves and strides, and they just admire you. Anything that you set your mind to, you just go ahead and do it. You are relentless and committed in whatever it is that you put your mind to. They think you are so sexy. They just find you so attractive and intimidating. And this divine masculine feels as though whatever opportunity they've had with you, it's dead and gone. And they also feel as though you've come and killed. Since you've come into their life and since you've left, a part of them there's something that is dead. No matter what comes in, it cannot be revived. Something inside. Anyway, what is it that this divine masculine feels when it comes to my divine feminine collective? They feel very split energy. They don't know what to do. They feel as they're going round and round in circles. They feel that this connection is eternal. They don't know how to move, which way to go where this is concerned, because they're going back and forth in their energy, as I've explained right at the beginning. From clarity to doubt, from hope to fear. They feel a sense of harmony, peace, balance when they think of you that they don't find in any other area in their lives, and not even within themselves. And this divine masculine feels very defensive about what has happened between you guys. And about you, really, and the connection with you. Spirit shows me that when the subject of you, people have started avoiding the subject of you, because when it's come up, whereas in the past this divine masculine would laugh and go along with any crap that was spoken about you or the connection, now they've become snappy about it. If anybody mentions or asks questions about you, or how they feel about you, or if they've thought about you, they become very snappy. So people have avoided asking them that. This is a sore point for this divine masculine. But it's like that broken bone that never properly gets put back into place. And eventually it just heals, but they never walk properly again. And because they were just too afraid to go and address the wound. So now they have a bit of a limp. This is how I feel your person's going through life, with a bit of an emotional limp as a result of what this breakup represented for them. Is something broken. And they're angry with you. You meant too much to this divine masculine. They don't like that. So they want to ignore it. But the limp is there. Okay. I see this divine masculine texting, writing so many messages that they just haven't sent to you. They want to communicate, they want to reach out, and they just don't get to send it. Something comes in, it's like, to hell with this. I can't do this. And they just delete it. This divine masculine knows that you are their counterpart. They know what this connection means. They just cannot bring themselves at this point to move towards it. It's too big for them. Too big. And as I say, I'm not surprised because of the work that's been done. Okay, so for many of you, there were two other people involved here. So there was a wife or a husband, someone at home, and then there was another person as well, someone else that, someone that they might have been seeing before they met you. It was just someone else. Someone else was involved here too, so it's not only a third party. There was someone else here as well. This person, this divine masculine, has been through the most. They've been through the most. Whatever choices this divine masculine's made, they've been through the most. And they're not wanting to give up. They still believe in love. They still want it. I just don't. Anyway, they'll get where they need to be eventually. Outcomes here, please, Spirit. Oh, now my cards are starting. There's a reunion for some of you here. This is obviously what this divine masculine wants. Something needs to break here. The bondage and this hold over this person that creates this. It's as if there's a split energy. There's another energy that comes through and counters whenever this divine masculine goes within themselves, especially in relation to you. Something's got to give here. But someone will come into their lives, or something, or there will be a situation that will lead them to deliverance from this. I just don't see it happening now. Let's just get some advice. Let's get some advice for my Twin Flame Collective who are in this situation. about this. With regards to this situation, this third party situation, and everything that I've explained to you here, you need to come into the realization and the awareness that there is no beast outside of us that we have to battle. The beast is within. And the beast is not something we need to slay. It is something we need to learn, to understand its nature, and to embrace and to love. The beast yields to the intuition, to the divine feminine. You've got to embody your divine feminine energy. You've got to embody it and allow the inner beast to feel safe enough to reveal itself to you and to heal. Intuition, lining up with your inner being. Allowing yourself to line up with the perspective of the bigger part of you, your soul. How does your inner being see the situation? Some of you are still in an energy of anger, feeling very left out in the cold. You need to take a pause and you need to take rest. If you are in that energy, you need to take rest and restoration from this, whatever's going on with your divine masculine. Get off of their social media. Stop trying to find out what's happening with them. Allow your focus to go inward. Allow yourself to meditate, to rest, to restore your balance in your heart chakra, and trust the universe that it takes care of the rest. When it comes to this third party who has done these things, please know and understand that darkness hovers around this person, and the best thing you can do for him or her, even though you might be feeling angry and judgmental, is to understand and remember that any one of us can find ourselves there in a very desperate space. I don't think this person even knows and realizes the impact of what has been done here. If I were you, I would light a candle, a white candle, and I would say a loving prayer, and I would send healing love and breakthrough to this person. Choose a particular night in the week. Monday or Thursday is the best for these. Light that white candle and hold space, even if it's just for 15 minutes, for this third party. Not from a place of judgment, not from a place of anger, not from a place of hatred, not from any of that. Just go into your heart space and send love and compassion. Things are not working out for this person because of this decision that they made. And as I said to you, it was a decision made out of desperation, and they don't even know what work's been done. This was a bit intense, guys. If you find that this reading resonates, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. For healing, for coaching, for process work, I always start them with a reading though, so I can take a proper look into your situation. Do what is best for you guys. I hope that the advice that Spirit's given you has really helped you. I wish you well. Lots of love and light. Bye now.